Hey, it's Mark with an update for subscribers to my newsletter. Crypto is easy. If you are not subscribed to the newsletter, go take a look at the description below. You'll see a link to Crypto is Easy. Click that link, hop on over, see what you think. If you like it, please go ahead, subscribe. You can also subscribe to this YouTube channel. I really only use it as a very easy way to get information out to people. I'm not really planning to make I'm not planning to grow the channel, but if you are subscribed, you'll get the videos at the same time everybody else does. So I've gotten two types of questions pretty recently. One is about portfolio diversification, and I've heard it a few different ways from different people, different emails that I get. But I think I'll sum it up as whether or not you should have a lot of different alts or just a few alts, and how much Bitcoin to have. And the other question that I get is about Twitter, about this whole Bitcoin Twitter thing, where a bunch of Twitter accounts were hacked, really famous people, Barack Obama, Elon Musk, and the hackers put up a Bitcoin address and asked people to send them Bitcoin. So I'll start with that one. I'll start with the Twitter. And so my opinion, I know some people think it's good. It's that old adage, it doesn't matter what they say about you as long as they spell your name right, where it doesn't matter good publicity, bad publicity, as long as it's out there, that's a good thing. It raises awareness. And other people would think it's just terrible. It shows how Bitcoin is, a scam, it's a fraud, it's only used for scams, it's no good. My personal opinion is I don't think it matters either way. And I'll bet you within a week or 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks, maybe even as early as next week, nobody's even going to be talking about it. Everybody's going to forget about it. The next time you hear about it is when your cranky uncle, anti-Bitcoin uncle, sees you at, Labor Day or whatever, or, sometime 6 months from now, maybe the holidays, and he says, "Oh, I'm never doing Bitcoin. It's all for, did you see what happened on Twitter?" And otherwise, for the vast majority of people, it doesn't really matter either way. And that's just because that's how humans are. People are just like that. If you hate Bitcoin, you're going to see this as a reason to hate Bitcoin. If you love Bitcoin, you're going to see this as a reason to love Bitcoin. 99% of people are not going to care. The 1% that do care will not really bring it up. By next week, they're not even going to bring it up anymore, and we'll all move forward and we'll all move on. As far as diversification goes, so I'll put it this way. I'll give you me. I'll start with me, and then I'll take a step back and maybe make it just be more general. Because for me, I have a certain, only I know my risk tolerance and sort of how I approach this market. And you might have a very different approach. So for me, I have 30% of my portfolio in Bitcoin. And, if the alts really run, it would be a smaller and smaller percentage. Also, I use Bitcoin. If you're a premium subscriber, a lot of you guys ask for Bitcoin. I'm happy to send XLM. But for anybody who signs up for a premium subscription, I give you $5 worth of cryptocurrency. I prefer XLM. A lot of people want Bitcoin. That's fine. It's no problem at all. And honestly, if you guys send me a Lightning invoice, I will use Bitcoin with you all the time, at a drop of a hat. Happy to do it. The only reason that I prefer XLM in general is because it costs less, but that's neither here nor there. And with Lightning Network, you can send Bitcoin for essentially free. So LN invoice me, we're all good. Otherwise, if you don't mind, I'd like XLM. Sorry to digress. The diversification, I keep 30% in Bitcoin. If the alts keep running, then that percentage will be lower and lower and lower. I also keep some US denominated stablecoins because there are going to be times where we have crashes and dips. And I mean legit dips, 30-40% crashes, which actually are more common in bull markets than they are in bear markets. So in anticipation of getting those 30-40% crashes, where those are the buying opportunities of your lifetime, right? Those are the big, it's not going to go much lower and it's going to go a lot higher, which if you're a premium subscriber, you know that because you have the plan. So we know exactly when those things are going to go. And then for the 5%, the 10%, the ones where Twitter goes, "Oh, we bought the dip," when it's just, a 10% drop in Bitcoin is not, and that's nothing. That's pretty normal. For those things, we just let it ride. If the alts run, the percentage of Bitcoin will get less and less and less. Now, whether to hold a lot of alts or a few alts, I like the approach of holding a lot of alts. You want to go more than less. And the reason is because the ones that succeed, if they're legit, I mean, if they're the kinds that I'm telling you about in my altcoin reports or things that you've seen where you've done your own research and you feel like really good about them, some of those are going to fail and some of those are going to succeed. The ones that succeed are going to grow so much that you're not even going to think about the ones that failed. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, who knows, maybe even next year. You're not even going to think about the ones that failed. But if you limit yourself to just a few, you lose the opportunity to find more of those big winners. I'm talking about the long-term big winners, like long-term. Like Chainlink is a great example. Like if Chainlink keeps doing what it's doing, and remember, I'm talking long-term, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And Chainlink is the Oracle platform for everything that runs on blockchain. Value of Chainlink is going to be crazy. It's going to be insane. But the only way you get that is if you're willing to spread your portfolio enough to get Link and some of these other cryptos that are also that have just as much potential to accumulate value. If you limit yourself to just a few, well, I mean, first of all, altcoins and Bitcoins and altcoins are pretty highly correlated. So you don't necessarily gain anything over Bitcoin by limiting your number of altcoins. While at the same time, you miss that opportunity to catch those diamonds in the rough and those those projects that, I don't want to say it's a numbers game, but those projects where you need to spread your time and attention and your investment out. And when you're talking about, the winners getting, like in a normal, like even in private equity, like a 10x on a winner is 1,000% return on investment on a winner is good. But it's I mean, I guess it's kind of expected, right? And nobody would complain about that, but you're going to have to lose 6, 7, 8, 9 times to get that 10x. And that's why it becomes advantageous, because if you lose on 7 or 8 of your deals, and then you hit on 2 or 3, you're going to end up with a 20, 25x on your investment. But with cryptocurrency, you're not talking about a 10x. You're talking about 50, 100x, maybe even 1,000x on some of these things. And I'm not talking about even just from alt season, like just natural growth and appreciation over the years. 1,000x, and you're gonna give up a chance to get that because somebody told you, oh, you only need 5 altcoins. If you're a trader, maybe you only need 5 altcoins because you're trading in and out. But I'm not a trader. I can't do that. I'm looking at projects that have a lot of value that are gonna that if they realize that value, that the price of that token is going to be worth so much more in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, that it'll blow your mind. You'll be looking back and you won't even understand how it was ever possible. And then if we get alt season, that's just gravy. That's on top. So I would spread around a lot of cryptocurrencies, a lot of altcoins, legit altcoins. You can start with the ones that I've already reported on in Crypto is Easy. There are lots more. There's so many great projects going on right now, legit projects with great teams. They're making progress. And, these are some of these altcoins are going to dominate in the future, and you want to be part of that. You don't want to limit yourself to just a few when there are so many, and the ones that win will win so much that it will make up for anything that you miss out on by spreading out your money into a bunch of different projects instead of trying to consolidate them all into one or a few. So that's my thoughts on everything, I guess. Okay, so we covered Twitter, we covered diversification. I will try to develop something a little more substantial about my own thoughts about portfolio diversification with cryptocurrency. That's a topic for another day. And as far as what's going on right now, people don't know, are we going to go up, are we going to go down? Very unusual that Bitcoin stays sideways, that the price stays basically sideways on a trading chart for this long. We'll just have to see how it goes. If we go up, if we go down, there's a plan for that, and there's an approach that we'll take, and we're just going to have to see how it goes. It'd be great if it would go up. If it goes down, we're prepared for it. Or if you're not, you should be prepared for that. You should be prepared for up or down. Always keep some cash handy or stable coins handy, because even if we go up right now, we're going to crash. It's only a matter of time. And if we crash right now, well, we're going to go up. It's only a matter of time. So, you catch that drop. And, premium members know there's a very specific line that, as long as we stay above it or bounce above that, then we're good. We're golden. But below that, then we got to reconsider. But otherwise, it's going to be the best if we stay above that line. If we crash and we stay above that line, it is going to be the best time to get into crypto probably ever again. But I don't know if that's going to happen. My suspicion, if you put a gun to my head and ask me to make a choice, I would flip a coin and say whatever that coin lands as, that's what I believe. So in the meantime, try to take it easy. Don't stress about Bitcoin, altcoins, cryptocurrency. As I say, I'm going to say it now, I'm going to say it forever. Relax and enjoy the ride.